Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go.
Hey guys, how are we today? We have, let's see, we have Jen, it's good to see you, and Vanessa, hey girl, hey. Aaron, it's so good to see you back. Shalima, hey. True Crime Crazy, it's good to see you too, and Debbie, and Nicole. Hey, it's so good to see all of you. And there's Heather, tardy to the party, Heather. Guys, Case is with us today, but she's having a migraine, so you'll have to give her some grace. She has hemiplegic migraines, which do affect her speech. So, but she's here, and I know you guys, some of you guys have been with us before when she's went through these, and you know what it's like, but she's doing okay. And if it also affects her eyesight, you guys, so if you comment to her and she doesn't see it, it's not her fault, okay? And but I know you guys. Trista, it's so good to see you. Oh my goodness, today, oh my goodness, she's saying there was a tornado today. I didn't even know there was supposed to be bad weather anywhere close. That's awful. Many prayers.
Oh,
Nicole,
I'm so sorry, Trista. I pray for your family. I'm so sorry.
Nicole says she's sorry and she hopes you feel better quick. Yeah, guys, please remember Case in your prayers. Sure. I'm going to figure out how to drop the link, you guys, and anybody is welcome to come up. This is the first time that I've ever dropped it, though, so. Yeah, anybody is welcome to come up, and I'll figure out how to do the overlay, how to do the overlay, and yeah. Okay. I know you guys. Yesterday was the first day that I've heard about Riley missing, and so every it's still a newer case. You guys know how that goes. The times are different, and it's hard to find exactly what happened when and where and things like that when you first start hearing about a new case. So I'm going to do my very best that I can. Let me see here.
No.
Huh?
I
Yes.
gonna okay. I'll show you how. When you see where it says in invite,
Uh-huh.
you click that and copy link and drop it, and then when somebody clicks it, it'll you'll be able to see it back here, and you click to add them to stream.
Okay. I think I did do that earlier. Let me see. I think I did it again. Okay, let's see. I made a missing flyer yesterday for Riley, you guys, and I put it on my community tab, and I also shared it to Facebook and to my Twitter, and I also put it in my Discord. And you guys feel free to share it. And I found a really good website. If anybody else ever needs to make one, just email me and I'll show you how that I did it, because I don't care a bit to help anybody with anything. Me and Case have never cared to do that. There was an instance when me and her needed a document, and we weren't even doing lives at the time, and nobody would share this document with us, and it was public. We just couldn't find it, so Case could actually print it out and read it, because it was another time that she was having problems with her eyesight and nobody would give it to us. So that's why we always share whatever we have. We don't care a bit. Um, okay, you guys, this is 22-year-old Riley Strain, and he's a really tall fella. I've seen 6'5", 6'6", and 6'7". So either one of those, he's a really tall guy. Slim. He's only 165 pounds. And do you guys see this picture right here on the right? This is actually the shirt that he was last seen in. It's a long sleeve shirt. I'll show you guys another picture of him that I have. And on Friday, March the 8th, he was in downtown Nashville. He was on a trip from University of Missouri, or Mizzou, like Heather taught me. And he was with his frat brothers from Delta Chi, and it was a spring formal trip. And so they were down here all together on Broadway in downtown Nashville, and it was about 9:45 p.m. and he was escorted out, basically kicked out of the bar, uh, Luke's 32 Bridge Food and Drink on Broadway. He was kicked out of there, and his frat brothers are saying that they made him go out a side door. They made Yes,
It is Luke Bryant. Uh, it is the Luke Bryant bar. Just so people
yeah,
who may not, because he has issued a statement. So sorry.
yeah. Oh, that's okay. I actually do have that statement, and I will show you guys
Yeah.
in just a few minutes that statement. But they said that his frat brothers are saying that they made Riley go out this side door while they made all of them go out the front and pay their tab. And by the time they got out there, they lost sight of Riley. And so they called him on his cell phone, and he said he was headed back to the hotel, but he's been yet to be seen since. He was seen on 3 surveillance cameras, and I'll show you guys that too after this. But and he was last seen wearing the some places I see saying blue and other places say black, but this shirt right here on the right with blue jeans, brown boots, and a black Apple Watch. And I'm really hoping they can get some information from that Apple Watch. But this is the statement. Let me see. Okay, it says this was on Luke Bryan's Instagram, and it says at the top, it says, "Y'all, this is scary. Praying for his safe return. TC Restaurant Group, operator and owner of Luke's 32 Bridge, is continuing to work closely with the Metro Nashville Police Department to provide security camera footage and any other potentially helpful information to aid in the search for Riley Strain. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones for his safe return." I had it up there twice, you guys. I had it on overlay and also up here in my photo album. Okay, let's see here. Okay, you guys. So let's see. Okay, in about an hour before he was kicked out of the bar, he had been FaceTiming his mama. And even after he FaceTimed her, he sent her texts and messages saying that he loved her and things like that. So I don't know within an hour how he could go from that to being so intoxicated that he was escorted out of a restaurant. That was a lot to happen in such a little time. Heather, I did see an article that said that the warrants for the watch and the other data was supposed to be back on Wednesday. So hopefully they did get them back yesterday. Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to show you guys the surveillance footage. Okay. Okay, let me start it over, you guys. Okay, this was the first instance, and it was at 9:45 after he got kicked out of the bar. Let's see here, and you guys can see where he takes a fall. And some people said that it looks like he hit his head, but I'll let you guys make that decision. I'm wondering how I can make it bigger. Okay, let me try to do it a different way, you guys, so you can see it better. Okay, let's see here. Okay, hang on just 1 second. You can hear me clicking away at this mouse. Okay, I think this is bigger, you guys. Okay, I'm going back and I'm going to play it again. There he goes. He's running, and he takes a tumble right there. That was really, let's see. If you guys want me to play anything over again, let's see. It's a pretty bad tumble. Some people are thinking, and it takes him a second to get up, too. It takes him quite a bit to get up. I don't know if they've manipulated this footage in any way. I got this footage from, I got one off of a news site and one off of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Twitter. and he still hasn't caught his balance yet. And he's pulling up his pants. So how could this little fella go from FaceTiming his mom an hour before this and texting her and then to be this bad off? This was on 195 3rd Avenue North is what is the best I could tell. And then this next one was on Church Street. It's just from a smoke shop. This next little part is from a smoke shop. He's still stumbling. And some people say he's holding his head. This is the worst of the videos from the smoke shop. And then this last one, you guys, he's over here the closest to those, to where it says road closed. He's the closest to that part. He stops there for a second and now he's going again. He's still got his head down. And then right here, he turns around like he maybe thought that he was going the wrong way, but then he changed his mind. So that's the surveillance footage that we have. And after this, it was about 600 feet after that was where his phone last pinged. So from the bar to the last ping was about 3/4 of a mile.
How you make us off screen so we can see the video bigger? Were you off screen?
I was down at the bottom, I thought.
This was how do I do that? I can't remember right now. I'm sorry.
It should have went all together. Let me see, you guys. Let me see what I can do. The first part played, but it's all one video, so I'm not sure exactly what I did wrong. Let me do it again, you guys. I did have it down here as a video too. Let me see. Oh, here we go, you guys. Can you guys see that? Can you see that, Kate?
Okay.
Yeah, this might be better.
How'd you do? What'd you click so that would happen? I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember when I have my phone up here.
That's okay. I actually loaded this video to our video clips like I do my intro. And so that's where I played it from. You know where the intro is on the video clips? That's where I loaded it from. I loaded it up there, so I'm just playing it from there.
Yeah. So, and then our picture automatically go off when you did that. Okay. All right. I just want to know.
Okay, sorry guys. And if you see, I can't pause it this way, but do you see him over there by where the road closed sign was? That's him all the way toward the back. And then right here, he turns around like he realizes he's going the wrong way, but then he goes back. This is the total opposite way of his hotel, you guys. Yeah. I'll show you guys again at the end if we want to watch it again. So after his frat brothers went back to the hotel, they tried to find his location with Snapchat and the Snap Maps, but I have no idea about that. I don't even have Snapchat, but the last snap location did end up being where the ping was, and his family also had Life 360. Remember, we all know about that from the Watts case. So his family did have that, and I think some places say that all of this happened last 940 something, and some say 950 something. So I'm not really exactly for sure, but I do know that from the time he left the bar, it was 3/4 of a mile from where all of this happened when he was seen on surveillance video, and all of the and his last ping and all that, it was all before 11 p.m. So within an hour and 15 minutes and 3/4 of a mile, this little fella went missing. So so after his frat brothers went to tried to, hey Nora's grandma, it's good to see you. Yeah. And anybody else that I missed coming in, it's hard for me to see everything at once when I'm sharing stuff, but it's good to see everybody. So like I was saying, so the next morning around 10:30, I think they called his parents when he never came back. And so they went to a local precinct to try to report him missing, but it was closed. But I do have the 911 call, and I'll share that with you guys right now. I'm letting it play through the ad, and I'll be back in just a second to get you guys.
Okay.
Case, you have your camera on, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
College students, you're looking at newly released video right here from detectives. It shows
Saturday, March 9, 2024, 13:46 and 24 seconds.
Okay, you guys, did you hear just then it said Saturday, March the 9th, and it said 13:46 p.m. Everybody is fighting everywhere that I see on Facebook and everywhere, saying that the frat brothers called at 1 a.m. But if you hear at the beginning of that, it says 13:46, so that would be 1 p.m. that the frat brothers called. I just wanted, could you hear that part, Case?
Yes.
You could hear the 911 call when it was playing?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
13:46 and 24 seconds.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, I don't have an address. I'm trying to file a missing persons report, and the Central Police is closed, and the sheriff's office said that we couldn't do it there.
Okay, so where exactly are you now?
We're in front of the Central Police, how do you say it? Precinct? How do you say that? Precinct. The Central Police Precinct on...
Okay, there, 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard and downtown Nashville, right across from the Music City Center?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that where you're able to wait for a police officer to come and speak to you?
Yeah, we can wait for an officer here.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from?
Of my phone?
Yes, in case we needed to reach you back, what is the best number to reach you at? And what is your name, sir?
Braden, B-R-A-Y-D-E-N.
And your last name?
B-A-L-T-Z.
Okay. And who is it that you're wanting to report as missing?
We're here on a fraternity formal trip. It's one of my good buddies.
Okay. What is his name?
His name is Riley Strain. Riley, R-I-L-E-Y, Strain, S-T-R-A-I-N.
Okay. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white. 22-year-old, 6'5", blonde.
Okay. And what was he last seen wearing?
Outside of Luke Bryan's bar last night at like 10, and then the last time his location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at like 11 p.m.
Yes, it was outside of the sheriff's office where it last pinged. All of that is right there together.
Okay. And what color clothing was he last seen wearing?
He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
Okay. And you said it last showed outside the sheriff's department?
Like around that area by the river, by the sheriff's department over there.
Okay. Does he have any life-sustaining medications or disabilities?
No.
Do you guys think if he would have had life-sustaining medication, they probably would have? Because I'm just hearing about this. Yesterday was the first day that I heard about this. So almost 5 days later, I'm sure they might have put out a different kind of alert if he did. I don't know.
And what is, you said he has a phone, so it's a cell phone, right?
Yeah, it's an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
What is the number?
But it's hold on. Give me 1 second. I got you. Sure. All right, you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
You said the last four were 4198?
Yes.
Okay. And are you going to be waiting there at the door of the precinct, or are you going to be waiting in your car?
I mean, yeah, we're at the front door of the precinct.
Okay. I've got the call sent there at the Central Precinct, 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard in downtown, right across from Music City Center. We'll get an officer out to you as soon as we can. Please call us back if something changes before they arrive.
So that was the 911 call, you guys. I wanted to make sure that you heard that. Heather, I was fighting with people about the 1346 hours, and then you had me questioning the day. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it was 16 hours later that the frat brothers called. And these guys are getting a lot of slack, you guys, because people were saying that they shouldn't have left their friend. Huh?
Frat Brothers
What?
reported 16 hours later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
From when they left when he was kicked out of the bar the night before. Yeah. Yeah, 16 hours later. And like I said, they were getting a lot of slack for it, you guys. And but we got to remember that they're 22 years old at the most, and they were made to go out the front door, and they tried I think that they'll probably regret this for a very long time, no matter what the situation ends up being. So I think we should just give them some slack right now. Okay. let's see here. I do have his parents traveled 7 hours to get down to Nashville, you guys, as soon as they heard the next morning, and they have been nonstop. They even, they have a private investigation going on, I think. I saw in one article. And then I also heard that they had their own boat search the lake for 14 miles down the river. And also on Google Maps, you guys, I went down it, and where the river is, they did have a fence there. It looks safe from Google Maps, but I'm not sure what it's like now. But I'm just praying that, and it does seem like they looked over the river really well. As of yesterday, the investigators, they did say that they're pulling back on the physical ground searches, the organized ones, and they're going to be looking over surveillance videos more, and waiting for their warrants to come back and stuff like that. But I did want to show you guys his parents' first interview, and it will break your heart. Let me see here.
Parents, I mean, mom and dad, this moment must not even feel real to you.
No, it's something that it's your worst nightmare, really.
Are there any new leads?
This is his stepdad on the left, you guys, and his mom, and then his stepmom, and then his bio dad is over here. So they're all together.
This morning from police or Riley's fraternity brothers that we may not be to?
Can I just say,
we haven't had any update yet this morning. We're hoping.
Look at this picture right here, guys. With the blended families. Look, that's the way it should be. They're right there.
Exactly.
They're coming together to look for their missing child. Sorry.
No, that's exactly right. And I've got another interview of them from last night that I'll show you guys too, but you're exactly right.
To have something within the next hour to kind of give us a little more insight of where we need to focus our efforts today.
I understand his friends told police they had last seen him at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway about 9:45, 10 p.m. when he got kicked out of the bar. I mean, have you learned more about why he was kicked out? Had he been fighting with someone? What have you learned there?
No fighting. It was the bartender just said he'd been overserved.
And I do want to tell you guys too that the TABC, the Tennessee Alcohol and Beverage Commission, they have opened up a case looking into see if he was overserved or not. And if at the end, if it does come out that he was, it's only a misdemeanor, unfortunately. And you guys, even if he was overserved and if somebody else took advantage of him, I read so many firsthand accounts of people being taken advantage of in Nashville, being intoxicated. So whether it was an intentional intoxication of himself or if somebody did end up spiking his drink, there's so many instances where people get robbed and they get their phones stolen and then all their money gets taken out of their bank account. I actually found where they are looking for somebody right now. The police are looking for him. They just opened it up yesterday for looking for a man that has been doing this ever since November. So I don't know why they put out just yesterday they were looking for him, but I'll show you guys that at the end too.
And when they took him out, his friend was trying to go out with him, but they would not let him at that point. He finally got out, and when he got out, he was no longer there. One of the other guys called him, and he said he was going back to the hotel room.
and no word from him since. Michelle, I understand he called you from one of the venues on Friday night about 9 o'clock. I mean, this would have been about an hour before he disappeared. What was the last conversation you had with Riley?
He FaceTimed me at it was 7:45, between 7:45 and 8:15. And he was just, him and his buddy were having a good time. And he just wanted to show me that he was having a good time and just wanted to talk to his mom.
I understand y'all have a very close relationship. You talk multiple times a day. I mean, did anything sound out of the ordinary or any red flags that you picked up on? Plans in the evening that he shared with you?
Nothing.
He was sending me texts after we FaceTimed and, Mom, I love you. Have a good night. And sending me pictures from the different bars that they were going to show me they were having a good time.
And letting you know he was safe and just enjoying himself.
So you can tell that that his parents are, I mean, we can just imagine, none of us can say what we would do in that situation, and I hope none of us ever have to find out what we would do in a situation like that. I also wanted to share an interview that his cousin did yesterday. I have seen his cousin speak in a few places, and this was really telling too.
Hancock. I'm sure you all have heard about this story or you've read about this story. The missing 22-year-old Mizzou student, Riley Strain, that went missing Friday night in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, today we do have as our guest his cousin. You're taking a look at Jake Bradley. And Jake, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me here on the live desk. As you know, this is an ongoing search and you are out there in Nashville yourself and you all just heard from detectives. Can you just give us an insight on what they told you?
Yeah, they kind of just gave us an update. We were able to finally all in a group sit down face to face. Just reiterate to us that they have footage. They have where they last seen him. There's holes in it as any street cameras and everything else. They are working really hard to find.
This was yesterday, you guys. I saw this yesterday, last night. He's 22, Nora's grandma. Oh, you're thinking of Sebastian Rogers that's missing. He's missing in Tennessee too, and he's the 15-year-old. Yeah.
Find out where he went after the last footage. They reiterated how much information they have and have gathered over the last few days. Now they've got to take.
I don't remember if I told you guys, but from the last footage that we seen where he was crossing the crosswalk, 600 feet after that was the last phone ping and the last Snapchat location and the Live 360 location. It was 600 feet from crossing that crosswalk there.
A little bit to kind of process more of it and maybe go back on some and or look at camera footage that they in the same spots they had to make sure you hadn't turned around. Just kind of, it was good to have them here to remind us how hard they're working.
And I do want to talk about, processing this whole situation as we take a look at this video that was just released yesterday, that surveillance video. And like you said, detectives, they are still putting all of it together. Let's talk a little bit more about the search efforts. I know the entire family basically is out in Nashville right now. What are you all doing, and what are authorities doing to really search for Riley Strain right now?
So we have his parents and a small extra group here. We've done lots of, I say lots. We've done as much searching as we can with time, with also, trying to stay healthy ourselves and talk to news and different media. And we've got many non-for-profits reaching out. We've had the opportunity, some of us, to get on the water and search the riverbanks and kind of be boots on the ground alongside, seeing the efforts by the police and search and rescue. Not only, did it feel good to be looking, but also seeing other avenues doing their search, it helped. We have groups at home that are doing amazing amounts of research and contacting people and helping spread the word and talking to people he was with, reaching out to more media, get this story spread.
Oh, guys, at the end, I do want to show you an article. 2 different homeless people have said that they've seen him in the homeless camps. And they're a little bit past where we seen him at last time, crossing a crosswalk, I think. So there is 2 sightings from 2 homeless people down that way.
As fast as it can. And the bigger the story gets, the more pressure that comes to help find Riley.
And Jake, I see you taking deep breaths and you're really taking your time to tell this story. We are now in day 5 since Riley has been gone in Nashville. That's where he was last seen. He was at the bar with his friends. How are you feeling right now in this moment? Like we talked about the other day, you guys are such a close-knit family.
It's tough, and I just can't imagine what his parents feel.
And I saw, a few different clips of his mom, who was also out there with you, and I believe his stepfather. And I know that his mom was crying out for people to just help with any information. And you also mentioned when we talked the other day that they talk on the phone multiple times a day. Tell me a little bit more before we move on. What kind of person is Riley? Let's get to know him a little bit better. What kind of cousin is he to you?
A better kid than most kids. He was my sister's age, a couple years younger, so they grew up kind of side by side. So I was 12 years-ish older, 14.
I don't blame his cousin because, like I said, you guys, I don't know what I would do in this situation, but I don't like how the interviewer is using past tense sometimes. I don't like that. You guys know how I always like to keep the faith up, although I know the odds are against him. I just don't like that.
14 years older, sorry. Somewhere in there, I'm losing track of time. He's just a good kid. He's not like the kid every time you talk to somebody like, hey, have you seen this kid? This kid's gone missing. Oh, he'll show up. He's shacked up, or he'll call. It's not this kid. Riley's he's a good kid. He doesn't deserve this. He's just the type of kid, and if he was out and he'd talk to anybody. He's not confrontational. We were told even when he had to leave the bar, he wasn't confrontational there, and just, overserved, had to leave. Okay. He's a nice young man. Every time he sees my son, he brings him a new toy.
And I know there was also a clip with another cousin who said that he, he had a bubbly personality and that you all were always taught to never go anywhere alone. So knowing that Riley was loved by or is loved by so many people, how does it feel knowing that he was alone in that moment? And you've seen the video where he just kind of walks across the street and he's by himself. How does that make you feel?
I can't say that on air. Angry.
Jake, I do want to move on, and I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. But we kind of talked about it before we pushed this out to our social media platforms. But what I have been seeing on Instagram and Twitter is a lot of people asking, why was Riley kicked out of the bar in Nashville on Friday? What can you tell us about that?
College kid, and they heard a bar, he overserved and asked to leave. That's all we know, True, false, indifferent.
Okay. Well, I think my final question to you, Jake, is what message would you leave with our viewers who are tuned in right now and they'll see this story as the days go on, as the search continues? What would you like for them to know, especially here in Kansas City? What can we do to help you all?
Just keep spreading it. Keep spreading it. The more people that talk about it, the more media that gets into it, the more investigation continues and it doesn't get overlooked, it doesn't get passed up, it doesn't quit in a couple of days, it just keeps going. And maybe it saves the next one. Maybe it causes things like this to be looked into more. Maybe it causes the next group of adults, kids, college kids, whatever. Maybe it causes them to think and stay in a group. Don't go by yourself. Just keep spreading the word.
And Jake, I do want to let you know that in our comments on Facebook right now, a lot of people are saying that they are praying for you all and praying for Riley and his safe return. So I want to thank you.
So you guys can see that he has a very, very close family, and it's just heartbreaking. Bless all of them. There is the very latest interview from the parents too that I wanted to show you guys, and then I'll tell you about the homeless sightings, and then I will let you guys go.
Since you and I last talked, any updates from the investigation you're able to share with us?
Still pretty few. I mean, not quite moving as fast as what we'd hoped. We still don't have the watch data. We do know from our meeting yesterday that they have seen the footage inside and outside of Luke Bryant's bar now, which made us feel a little better. Ryan can tell you exactly the footage.
Oh yes, you guys, I'm glad that they did get the footage from inside and outside of the bar. But did he say that they just got the footage? They shouldn't just now be getting the footage. I don't like that.
We're needing now. We're still trying to get camera footage off of buildings that are where we have the last known video of.
Yeah.
So we need that kind of help immediately.
Let's talk about some of that footage. We got our hands on that footage, just hours after we talked to you a couple days ago, showing Riley walking downtown. There's one part in the video where he stumbles. I'm sure you've watched all of this by now. Yeah, there he is right here highlighted. What do you make of this video? And did you or police pick up on anything else that was odd from any of this surveillance?
Yeah, the first two videos in the timeline are extremely odd to us. we're really wondering why somebody didn't help, why somebody didn't call the police, make a 911 call saying, hey, there's a student or an individual.
That is really sad, you guys. And I would think that I would help somebody, especially if I saw them in this state. But I would say that, well, the smoke shop guys that own the smoke shop where we had that middle video, they said they feel really bad about it now, but they said that they see so many people downtown in this state. And so hopefully things will change after this. It shouldn't take this to make changes, but hopefully we'll see changes now.
That is in need, you know. We need everybody's help.
Yeah.
If you've seen him, please help us.
Yeah.
Please call.
Speaking, to just go off that point you just made, my own mother is now following this story intently. I mean, she wants to know what has happened to your son. My mom was also wondering, do you want that bar to be liable? We know that Riley was asked to leave because he had been overserved. I mean, do you want that bar to be held responsible at all for not making sure that Riley, I don't know, got in an Uber or was in the right hands once he left their premises?
I feel like there needs to be some accountability put somewhere. This stuff shouldn't be going on, putting people out if they're in that kind of condition.
That definitely shouldn't be going on. If they have to escort somebody out like that, they should make sure that they have a cab or an Uber or a sober person to help them get back to their hotel. They absolutely should be that way, in my opinion.
There needs to be some accountability, but right now we're staying focused on the direction we need to go with the investigation. We feel like time is very critical at this point, and there's camera footage that needs to be reviewed that seems to be going slower than what we want it to go. We're in several days and we're not getting answers about where his last known location was.
Michelle, at one point you see Riley in one of these videos, you see Riley stopping, almost unsure of where to go. Reports say Riley told his friends he was walking back to the hotel. Based on what you've seen from that footage, was he even going in the right direction back to where they were staying?
He is not. It looks like he's turned around and confused as to where he is. I mean, he's in a strange town. It's hard for a mom to see, and it's hard for me to see all these people around him and not helping him.
Oh, bless her heart, you guys. Can you even begin to imagine how seeing your baby walk down the street like this and nobody stopped to help him, and just thinking, oh, please, this person stop, hoping that the next person you see on screen will stop and help your baby. That's awful to think about that. Hi, Melissa. It's good to see you. And anybody else that came in will be. I'm so glad you made it, buddy. We absolutely do live in a world that's changed. It feels that way to me too, you guys.
Any idea if he hopped in an Uber? Have you checked his Uber history? Is he the type of young man to get in a car with somebody he didn't know?
There's not anything to indicate that he grabbed an Uber. It wouldn't be like him to jump in a car with anybody else. But it's not like him to go in the direction of the area that he was last seen either. So there's still a lot of questions that we're very trying to be patient, waiting on answers on.
Absolutely. I also know we mentioned that candlelight vigil was held for Riley last night. How has the outpouring of support helped you through this process as a family?
I know that some people say, well, what do candlelight vigils really help? Well, it gets their name back out in the news. For one, the news always want to cover things like that, and then also it helps the people praying, you guys, at these vigils. It helps them probably the most, because when you feel like you can't do anything, it was at where his college is in Missouri. And so when you feel like you can't do anything else, praying helps a whole lot. I've been doing research on that. Actually, there's actually scientific studies that praying helps you. But that's for another day. But I'll finish.
I feel like it's what's getting us through. We have a lot of people, we feel everybody's prayers. Please continue. Please continue to share his story.
It really has been amazing, the outpouring that we've received, not only from our hometown community, but from people all over the United States. It's mind blowing what we're seeing, what we're hearing from people, what they're offering to do to help us.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com.
Hey guys. Okay. Exactly, will be awareness, community, spiritual togetherness. That's exactly right. And you're right too, Aaron. The outpour of love and support can carry people a long way. It absolutely can. Okay, you guys, I wanted to tell you about the homeless spotting that the two homeless people have seen him so far. Okay. Claims missing Mizzou student spotted by two homeless camps during interview on national TV. And I didn't play that one, you guys. But it says that missing college student Riley Strain was spotted by two homeless camps on the night of his disappearance, according to a family friend who was interviewed on News Nation's Banfield. Moments before a candlelight vigil in Springfield, Missouri, family members told Chris Dingman about the homeless camps spotting the missing 22-year-old University of Missouri student on March 8th after he was kicked out of a bar and spotted on surveillance cameras, seemingly intoxicated and lost in downtown Nashville. Dingman said family members in Nashville told him a homeless person acknowledged seeing Strain in the area. I was talking to family members currently in downtown Nashville searching, and we have found another homeless person that had acknowledged that Riley had been in that area, Dingman said. This now makes two people that has done confirmation. These are areas that the camera had stops. We don't have any footage. Basically, the areas where his phone quit pinging. We now have visual confirmation from two homeless camps that Riley was in that area. Still, there have been no reported sightings since the night of his disappearance. Wednesday night, boats searched the Cumberland River for Strain as the Metro Nashville Police Department said detectives were shifting their focus to reviewing security video. Yeah, that's what they've decided to pull back on the physical searches, you guys. And let's see here. The sad part of the situation is every day we get new leads and go down different avenues, Dingman told Brendan Tierney. We're going to get there, but it also opens up more doors on what could have possibly happened. It said they walked along the banks of the river and stopped at several homeless camps. One person recognized Strain from a photo, but did not remember where he went. Police are doing their job. We just want to find Riley and get him home, get him to his mom and dad, get him to campus, get him back to doing fun stuff at MU. So what they're looking for now, you guys, is remember after he crossed the crosswalk, they're looking for footage after that, any businesses after that. So I don't know why people haven't turned that in, but that's specifically what they're asking for. I'm going to show you guys the footage one more time because I don't think that I did it right earlier. There we go. and he's running. So do you guys think that he was possibly running from somebody before he fell? That's a possibility too, that he was running from somebody. Hey, LSU Nancy Drew, it's good to see you. I'm glad all of you came today. And then this is the part where he's still going, he's slower than he was before. He may be recovering from that fall still. I would be. And then he's way over there by the road closed sign, the furthest away from us. And after this, 600 more feet is where everything stopped. And I hope that even though I know some people's watches, they do have a separate cell plan. So maybe if his phone stopped pinging, maybe his watch still pinged. Maybe, you guys, I don't know. But hopefully they can get the information for that back. They said the warrants were supposed to be back yesterday. So hopefully they can tell more by his watch data. Okay, you guys, and there's one more thing. I wanted to show you what I found from yesterday. The police are looking for this man.
First, and knowing it won't be the last.
Police on Broadway also want you to look out for this man. This is Joshua Cloyd. He's wanted on 9 outstanding warrants for stealing from intoxicated people downtown. Cloyd.
9 outstanding warrants, you guys. 9 warrants for stealing from people downtown.
Allegedly stole phones to Cash App himself money and wallets to use credit cards at local ATMs. He's wanted on fraud and theft charges for a string of crimes spanning several months.
Okay, it says police are searching for a man accused of preying on intoxicated people in downtown Nashville. The Metro Nashville Police Department said 32-year-old Joshua Ray Cloyd is wanted on 9 outstanding warrants related to the thefts on Lower Broadway. Cloyd is accused of stealing phones, wallets, and credit cards. Last November, since November, I don't know why they're just now looking so hard for this guy, but it's this last November, a victim had his iPhone 14 stolen while on Broadway, police said. The same day, his Cash App transferred money to an account registered to Cloyd, and the money was used to purchase a hotel room in Madison. Another victim told police his iPhone and credit cards were stolen from the back pockets of his pants on January 12th while at a Broadway bar. The victim tracked his phone to a different hotel and discovered his cards were used to make purchases in that area. Cloyd is currently facing charges for computer violation fraud, credit card fraud, and theft. MNPD said anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call Crime Stoppers, 615-742-7463. So, Joshua Ray Cloyd. So this is just one instance of what's going on down there in Nashville, you guys. And I read, which it was on Reddit, so I know how Reddit is, but I read so many accounts of people getting things stolen, getting their drinks spiked and things like that. I don't know that I would even visit Nashville with a group of people. And you know what? That's why they keep all this stuff hidden, because it'll affect their tourism. Yeah. Have you ever been to Nashville, Case?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you been downtown before?
A bunch of times. I only live 100 miles from Nashville.
Oh. Yeah. Guys, I do want to mention again that I do have his missing.
I do. I'm sorry. I was reading it right here. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm having migraine. It's harder for me to comprehend things. It says that at 22 he doesn't have the life skills that yet to understand the consequences of his actions, especially if he's being thrown out of a bar. Um, I have a 24-year-old and 26-year-old. They would both understand if they were inebriated and that they were being drunk out of a bar, that their actions caused that. And yeah, I'm not sure where that was going, but yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. Um, I did want to mention again, you guys, that on my community post, I did make a flyer for Riley, and if you guys will share that any way you can, I would greatly appreciate it, and pray for him like we pray for. I'm going to show this one more time. He's
exactly like 71KJC said. One of his friends should have made sure that to stick with him to get him to say the buddy system. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah. That you stick
I
together,
think
your buddy system. You don't let. I mean, when you go to the restroom, you don't take your eye. Well, except actually use the restroom. You keep your eyes on each other. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think that might be more of a girl thing too, because we're used to, protecting each other, but guys probably think that they can take care of themselves more. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just you just make sure that that they get somewhere that they get them in a cab, get them back to their hotel.
Mhm.
Make sure that they're safe.
Exactly. He is at least 6'5", you guys. I've seen 6'5", 6'6", and 6'7", but he's a really tall, slender fella, 165 pounds. And he was last seen wearing this shirt on the right and jeans and brown boots and a black Apple Watch. And I do have a picture of his whole outfit. I think this is something like he was wearing that night, if this wasn't the same night. And then I have this picture. And
That was the video that I saw earlier in the day, Mo, of the other gentleman that you told me was doing another live. That was the same clothes.
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I thank you all so much for coming. And I do want to mention that that on Sebastian's case, you guys know I've been following it really closely, and please keep praying for him, you guys. There is a short video out that they're saying there was 2 lights in his backyard. It's from another neighbor's surveillance system, and they said it was of a common area, and there's 2 lights. It looks like somebody's holding a flashlight and standing still. And that there's another flashlight coming toward them. But if I find out anything else about that, I will we'll do another update about him soon, you guys. Music City Mom, has anyone mentioned that the bars on the corner have a couple exits? He probably thought he needed to turn one way, but went out the other door. Yep, that's a big possibility too. I did see that. He should have turned left out the door or gone down a little bit and turned left, but yeah. What were you going to say, Case?
No, I was just going to say those bars downtown, they can be very, very confusing. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. My speech, I'm
Oh,
so
that's
sorry,
okay.
but the bars downtown can be very confusing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially at dark. And I would say Friday it was really busy because I'm not sure. I did see on one thing it said 200 other frat brothers were there, and then I saw another place that it was 50. But either way, I'd say it was really busy. Well, we could see, you know, but it was pretty busy. Okay, you guys, that's all I wanted to say, and I appreciate you all so much for coming, and keep praying. And if I have any more updates, check my community post. And if you guys want to email me to get in the Discord, I can update you guys faster there. So please do that. And please pray for Case, you guys. I know that her medicine is going to come and it's going to help her. I just know it, you guys. And we'll be all right.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. We'll pray it away, like we always do. We appreciated you being here. We appreciated everybody being here. Yeah. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.